So I'm gonna kind of shift gears and kind of ramble a little bit. We'll continue to watch some of these team fights, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because I think a lot of people struggle with this, is talking, like just public speaking in general. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm, only child. Kind of grew up in a small town, and when I was in like elementary school, I was definitely a very shy, kind of introverted kid. Then when I got into middle school, I got even more shy, and it got so bad that I wouldn't talk to pretty much anyone. It was just really bad. I don't know why I was so adverse to talking to people, but I got very shy in middle school. And then when I went to high school, I decided, you know what, I really don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person who just, can't, speak in public and stuff. So I made a promise to myself that I would speak at least once every day in school, and I held myself to that promise. And it was really hard. It was really hard at first, trying to, ask a question in class or answer a question in class. But I stuck with it, and after, months of doing that, it got a lot easier. And I was able to do it with a lot of confidence. And then I slowly kind of built on that. Instead of, talking once per day, I talked twice per day or 3 times per day. By the time I got done with high school, I was able to talk all the time in class, and I wasn't afraid of it anymore. And since that point, I've gone on and I've talked in front of hundreds of people at a time, and I definitely did not have any of that stage fright. And the reason why I was able to do that is because I put myself outside of my comfort zone. That's really the key to changing yourself and expanding yourself and making yourself better. It's to put yourself outside your comfort zone. It doesn't matter if it's League of Legends or working out or public speaking. You gotta get outside of your comfort zone. You gotta feel the burn. You gotta push yourself if you want to make yourself better. And sometimes you're gonna fall flat on your face, and like falling flat on your face with public speaking usually means that you make a fool of yourself. But to be perfectly honest, don't be afraid of that. There's no reason to be afraid of making a fool of yourself. We all make a fool of ourselves sometimes, and most people are not going to remember it. They might tease you for a little while, but who cares, right? A couple years from now, it's just going to make for a really funny story. And, as long as you own it, as long as you're not that embarrassed by it, if you laugh at yourself, if you can learn to do that, that's one of the most important things you can learn to do in your life, is to learn to laugh at yourself. People are going to love it, and it makes for a really funny story, and you never know what's going to happen. Actually, I met my wife because I made a fool of myself. That was the whole reason why we met. Because we met on a dating website, and on the dating website there was this one category where it said, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done that you're willing to admit on a public website? And for me, I had recently tried to whiten my teeth, but I didn't have those whitening strips. So instead of just going out and buying whitening strips, I decided to take a bleach pen and try and whiten my teeth with a bleach pen. And oh my god, was that a horrible idea. My entire face was numb, my tongue was numb, I couldn't taste anything for a week. It was horrible. It was one of the worst ideas I've ever had, but it was such a funny story that, it got my wife interested. She was like, wow, I really got to meet this guy. This guy is really hilarious, and he's able to laugh at himself, and he's able to, have a good time, and have fun, and really own it. So I owe meeting my wife to making a fool of myself. So I encourage all of you, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. You'll never know what might happen because of it. And worst case scenario, you'll have a great story that you can tell in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed my random ramblings. And this is Randomonium signing off.